Yeah.
Convert all them
Yes.
with. Khair. Uh, I'm still waiting for some response from Abdul Wahid. If I get it, then it would be very good. Now, apologies for the video part. I'm using a laptop, but this laptop has some bug, which doesn't, I mean, Zoom doesn't detect, and it is also very, what I can say, complex bug because when I initiate a particular meeting, then my Zoom is able to detect the camera. When I'm in a meeting of two people, and the host can be anyone, or the co-host can be anyone, then the Zoom, two or three people, then the Zoom can detect the camera. But when I start having more than three participants, no, it's fine. You don't have to.
Could you check the chat?
Okay, I can check the chat. Okay, Wahid, okay, really sorry. Abdul Wahid, you have to message Salim. You must be messaging to LearnyView.
Yeah, I'm doing.
You should message Salim. I have not got your message. I've got messages from Shri, but not from you.
You later asked me that I'm from which school. I'm currently studying International Indian School in Jeddah.
Okay. I didn't get it. If somebody got what Abdul Wahid said, can somebody please repeat that?
I'm currently studying in International Indian School Jeddah.
Sir,
I understand.
he said he's studying from International Indian School, Jeddah.
Okay, you are from Jeddah.
Once again.
Thank you, Shri.
Welcome.
But I don't know, why is this happening with Muhammad only? Seems that I am the only one who is not able to hear what he is saying. So can you please wait a second? Let me change my earphones and come. Okay, maybe then I can hear. Yes.
Sir, actually, his voice is really low.
Okay, his voice is really low. Can you maybe shout a bit, Muhammad? Let us see. Don't scare your parents. I mean, say something like in a loud voice, yes, sir, or something.
Yes, sir. Can you hear that?
Now it is audible. Oh my God. I'm blessed to hear your voice. You have to speak with some, what is this, high pitch, low pitch? I mean, speak with a deep voice, I guess. Then maybe we can hear you. So my name is Salim, and I will be teaching you chemistry. Okay. So just to make it clear, I hope everyone here is in 11th standard, and we are going to start the chapter number 1. Okay. We are going to start the chapter number 1. Okay. Now, where I have studied and the colleges and all, I will tell them in between the classes someday because it is quite late September. Yeah, I understand that most of the students here in Middle East, and this session starts somewhat in September. Okay, Shri, we will see. Okay, fine. Then Shri, okay, how many of you think chemistry is hard? It is illogical physics. Okay, Mahima thinks that. Mahima, Shri also. Shri messaged me. Okay, what about others? Manal?
No, sir, not for me.
Not okay. What about Muhammad?
I don't know, sir. It can be.
Okay, still. I mean, it cannot be harder than listening to your voice, by the way. It's still very feeble. Khair, what about Maimuna?
Yes, sir, somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay, let us see that. So Shri and Mahima, they think that chemistry is tough. So I will be asking most of the questions to Shri and Mahima, right? Because, and I will be expecting, it is, I mean, that if Shri and Mahima are okay with some of the concepts and if they understand it, then maybe most of you will be able to understand it also. But if not, you're always free to ask questions. But it is, I'm not saying that I will only ask to Shri and Mahima. The problem part is that we will solve each thing. Okay, we will start with the concept which is known as. Okay, so all of you have fair copies, right? Can I get a yes, sir, or no, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of you have fair copies. Start with some basic concepts. in chemistry? Some basic concepts in chemistry. Okay, for Abdul Wahid is also, I think it is tough. He said, yes, sir. The first topic, please write this topic, atomic mass or atomic weight. Later in your physics class, you will learn that mass and weights are different things, but for chemists, they mean the same and they are used interchangeably. Okay. So the first thing that we'll learn about is atomic mass or atomic weight. Okay. Starting with Shri. Shri, I don't need the definition of atomic mass or atomic weight, but just tell me if you were in 8th standard or 7th standard and you just knew English and there are some words which we don't know the meaning of, but when we hear it, we make out something of it and it is close to correct because the term itself is self-explanatory. So can you tell me what will you think about atomic mass, Shri?
It's the mass of proton, neutron, and electron.
But you are in 8th standard now, you don't know about proton, neutrons or anything. Then what would you think? Atomic mass is mass of
an atom.
Mass of an atom, right? So mass of an atom. I hope everyone agrees with this, that the term itself is telling that it is the mass of an atom. So it is the mass of an atom. Now comes the chemistry part of any element. See, the mass of an atom is something that I teach my 8th standard sister also. Atomic mass is a mass of atom. I don't teach her. Okay, fine. I think the video part can be turned down. Yeah. Fine. But I tell her that just listen to this and just keep in your head. You don't have to remember it also. So the mass of an atom, because if she will hear this term atomic mass, mass of an atom should come intuitively. Mass of an atom. Now, since you are in 11th standard, of any element, if I add, then it would be still fine. This definition can be learned even by the 10th standard student, mass of an element, because now you know what is an element, mass of an element. Now comes the most crucial part that is new in 11th standard. Okay, so I usually teach Middle East students, so I ask them, okay, Lulu is there in Kuwait also, right?
Yes. What's
Okay. Lulu.
Lulu? Oh, yes.
Lulu is okay. So Lulu is a supermarket in Middle East. It has branches, I guess, almost everywhere. I asked students from Bahrain, Saudi, Kuwait. Yeah, I guess that is it. And Qatar also has. I have relatives in Qatar. Qatar, yeah, they all have Lulu. So in Lulu, you get everything from mangoes to gold. Okay, so if I say, let us see, we have some students from Kuwait now. So let us say mangoes will be in something like Kuwaiti dinar per, what will be the unit? You will have mangoes will be rated as this much Kuwaiti dinar per kgs, right?
Yes.
Okay, but what about gold? This much Kuwaiti dinar per gram, right?
Yes.
Okay, now we all understand that if we change the commodity, the unit of measurement of mass also changes. Isn't that right? The unit of
Yes,
mass.
sir.
Yeah. Now think about an atom. Atom is so small that chemists had to invent a particularly new unit, and that unit was called as, they weren't much creative about it, so they said that the mass of an atom of any element in atomic mass unit. In atomic mass unit is called atomic mass. It's called atomic mass. So this is the first definition or the first introduction to atomic mass or atomic weight. I think I need to delete this because I need some spaces below. So if you have written the atomic, some basic concepts chapters name, then it will be fine. Let me put this above. Okay. Now this unit, atomic mass unit, We say gram is gram, but we write it as G. But we write it as G, right? So atomic mass unit is written as AMU or just U. It is written as AMU or just U. Now, initially, when the scientists and the chemists were studying about atomic mass and atomic weights, they saw that hydrogen was lightest. They saw that hydrogen was lightest, and they said that, okay, if the hydrogen is lightest, let us say hydrogen weighs 1 AMU. And they started with hydrogen weighs 1 AMU. Now, they wanted to measure the weight of helium. Now, for this measurement of helium, we can have an analogy of balance. Why isn't that getting straight? Okay, yeah, this is somewhat straight. So you all recognize what this thing is, right?
Yes.
You all recognize what this thing is?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let us put a helium atom on this side. And now this is just an analogy. This didn't happen literally like this, but it will help you understand and you will tell me the answer. They put a helium atom here and they put a hydrogen atom here. Now say they saw that helium 1 is going down. This side of the balance of helium side is going down. So they added another hydrogen. Still the helium side was going down. They added another hydrogen. Still the helium side was going down. When they added the fourth hydrogen, now what happened? Both the sides of balance were in equilibrium, were on the same side. Equilibrium. Now nothing was going down. The helium and hydrogen were on the same level. Now, Mahima, can you tell me by this analogy, what would be the mass of helium atom?
4 times the mass of hydrogen atom.
So mass of hydrogen atom is 1 AMU. Now
So
4 times
4
the mass of
AMU.
hydrogen atom. Yeah, very good. See, it is easy, right? Now when they saw the same thing with lithium, they found out it to be 7 AMU. Now please don't write anything. You just have to write the star mark thing and only when I tell you. Now when I'm explaining a few things, please just listen. Lithium, after lithium come beryllium. Now, beryllium was found to be 9 AMU. Boron was found to be 11 AMU. And carbon was found to be 12 AMU. Okay? Carbon was found to be 12 AMU.
So,
Yes.
so
Yes, Manal?
what if the mass of an element comes in 0.5, 0.3?
No, but
How
we
did-
didn't. We will come to that. You tell me that. Okay, if I ask you, see, they started with helium. I mean, this is the problem that chemistry students have. When they open the textbook, they start with a definition of AMU. It is like it is the 1/12th mass of the carbon atom. अब इसको लेके we should memorize this thing. It is not like that. Okay. Do you think it is it logical to have something in points and decimals? I mean, in the starting phase. And that is why a bit of history of how things happened in the chronological order, it is also very important to learn in that way. So now initially what happened, hydrogen was 1 AMU, helium was 4 AMU, lithium was 7 AMU, beryllium was 9 AMU, boron was 11 and carbon was 12 AMU. Okay, it is just that. We will come to the decimal points later. Okay, and you will understand just after this, we will come to that point. Now let us start with this AMU. Can we not say 1 AMU is the mass of one hydrogen atom? Can we say this?
Yes.
No problem. Okay. Now here in 1 AMU, what we are doing is defining the mass of hydrogen 1 AMU on the basis of the mass of hydrogen atom. Please listen to this carefully. We are defining 1 AMU as the mass of hydrogen atom. I can do the same thing with 1 AMU as the mass of helium atom. But for that, I have to write that 1 AMU is the 1/4th mass of helium atom. Correct? Any doubt? If you have doubt, please tell me. I can explain this also. No doubts? Yes, sir. No, sir. Anything?
Also, no.
No? Mahima, Shri, Muhammad?
No, sir.
All clear. Okay, fine. Now, can Mahima tell the definition of 1 AMU as the mass of a lithium atom? It
1
will be is
AMU is the 1/7th mass of lithium atom.
mass of lithium atom. Okay. Mahima, are you fine? Your voice sounds very tired.
No, sir. I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay. Beryllium. Okay. Can Maimuna define for beryllium 1 AMU?
Yes, sir. 1 AMU is the 1/9th mass of beryllium.
1/9th mass of beryllium atom. Okay. Manal, can you define this for boron also? 1 AMU is the
1 is the 1/11th mass of a boron.
very good. 11th mass of boron atom. Okay. Now, Shri, can you define this for carbon? 1 AMU is the
1 AMU is the 1/12th mass of carbon atom.
12th mass of carbon atom. Now, this definition is the definition that is the formal definition that chemists and physicists, they both agree on this. Now, physicists, they also work on atoms, and that part of physics is known as particle physics. So I will write this statement again, and that is the formal definition of 1 AMU. So please let me just delete this, because you have understood how this came into being, that 1 AMU is the 1/12th mass of 1 carbon 12 atom. Now carbon 12, why carbon 12? This 12 is important because carbon is sometimes carbon 13. There are some atoms of carbon whose weight is 13 AMU, and there are some atoms of carbon whose weight is 14 AMU. Okay, so that is why the basis of the definition of 1 AMU is the carbon whose mass is 12 AMUs. So, and also one more thing, since you saw that we have defined the helium mass as 4 AMU, and we did this by this balance thing, right? Now we were measuring the masses of helium atom on the basis of the mass of hydrogen atom. So this atomic mass is also known as, writing it in short, AKA means also known as relative atomic mass. Also known as relative atomic mass. Okay. Now just the last point, which is atomic mass, or rather I should say 1 AMU, it will be better because it is unit. 1 AMU is also equal to 1 Dalton. Now Dalton is another unit for atomic mass. Okay, Dalton is another unit for atomic mass. Okay, if you have completed copying this slide, can you please raise your hand in the Zoom itself? Okay, why is Umar here? Okay, Maimuna, Shri, Mahima is done. Waiting. Okay, Manal is having some connection issues. Muhammad, please raise your hand. Okay, yeah, sure. So we are just waiting for Muhammad now. No doubts as of now, right?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, Manal. Okay. Abdul, okay, fine. Muhammad is done. Muhammad, I would ask you now to raise your hand and don't do other emojis, because if you raise your hand, I can lower it too. But if you add some emojis are fine, but the only thing is that I cannot lower them or remove them. Manal, are you done with this slide?
Um,
Okay, fine. Thank you, Manal. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. Now moving on. No, it's fine. It is just that it is difficult for, I mean, I cannot lower it. Now write the next topic, which is, okay, you pressed the wrong emoji. That is fine. Average atomic mass. Okay. Average atomic mass. Now, what is average atomic mass? Now, since all of you know, right, that most of the elements, they are present in the form of their isotopes, right? In the form of their isotopes. Okay, how many of you here remember isotopes? You guys remember isotopes or don't remember isotopes? Oh, you don't remember isotopes. Okay, fine.
same atomic number and different masses.
Yeah, very good. Same atomic number, different mass number. When I ask something, no, how many of you remember isotopes? I am not asking you the definition. I'm asking you about this word. Do you remember this word isotope? It would have come somewhere in 9th and 10th standard. So I just asked that. Okay. So I am not expecting anything in the sense that I don't even expect that you all know Board mass.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I don't even expect that. If somebody doesn't know Board mass, that is fine, because see, I was one of those students who used to leave some portions of the syllabus because I used to find it difficult. But I mean, later after that, I would have to study it somewhere. But if you don't, then please tell me that, sir, I don't know this one. Then I will teach you that portion. Okay. Now, average atomic mass. Now, write this with me, please. Since most of the elements are present in the form of isotopes, their average, okay, isotopes, wait a second, with different atomic weights, their average is taken. Now, what is isotope? Atoms with different mass number but same. Wait a second, let me turn on the focus mode. But same atomic number. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I will write this formula here. So please copy that formula as of now. We will do one problem with it and you will better understand after doing that problem. Okay. So let me write that. So I think I need to minimize this. Okay, where did my whiteboard annotation? It is here. Average atomic mass. Don't worry about the terms now. It would be clear after I have written the formula. Okay. So please write this with me. The atomic weight of the first isotope into its relative abundance plus atomic weight of the second isotope into its relative abundance, now divided by the relative abundance of the first isotope plus the relative abundance of the second isotopes. So the only thing that I will emphasize here is that the sign here and here are plus sign and the signs here and here are multiplication signs. Okay, so please write this. Let me know when you're done by raising your hands. then we will do a question. Okay, you need to write one more line that I missed. What is AW? Is the atomic weight. And what is RA? These are relative abundance. Please let me know if you're done. Okay, Maimuna is done. Shri is done. Manal is not here. Mahima is also done. Okay, everyone is done. Thank you. Let me just lower your hands and then we can move on to the next slide. Yeah, so please write this question with me. 35 chlorine and 37 chlorine. Now, when you have 35 and 37, when you have any number as a superscript of an element symbol, it is the mass of that particular atom. Okay, it is the mass of that particular atom. So 35 chlorine means this chlorine has a mass of 35 AMU. 37 chlorine means this chlorine has a mass of 37 AMU. 35 chlorine and 37 chlorine are the two isotopes of chlorine with relative abundance of 75% and 35% respectively. Calculate the average atomic mass of chlorine. So how will we solve this? We have asked for the average atomic mass of chlorine. So we'll write the formula first, that is average atomic mass is equal to okay. Shri, can you tell me what is the mass of the first isotope?
35.
35. Okay. And what is its relative abundance?
75%.
75. Okay. Now, Mahima, can you tell me what is the mass of the second isotope?
37.
37. What is its relative abundance?
35.
Oh, sorry. It cannot be 35, no? It will be 25. I mean, the relative abundance would be sum total of at least 100%. I mean, it should be 100%, not more than that. 37 into 25. And the relative abundance 1 and 2, that will be 75 plus 25. Okay. So please, can all of you solve this and tell me what is the answer? Manal, I guess your internet is not very smooth or something.
Yes, sir.
So you are, Manal is in, you are in Dammam. Okay. So Dammam students, I have a few. The connection seems fine. Okay, if you calculate this, simplify this and tell me the answer in the chat. Yes, Maimuna, very good, correct. No Now, Shri, you messed up somewhere in the calculation part, it seems. Maybe try it once more. Yes, Mahima, very good, correct. No, Manal, I guess you messed up somewhere with the addition and multiplication. So please, again, I'm again emphasizing here, these are multiplication signs and you have addition signs here and here. Oh no, no, Muhammad. Okay, I guess you don't remember quad mass or something. Okay. So what would have happened? Let's see. Did someone do like this?
No.
Or like
No, sir.
this? Anyone? Yes, Shri, now it is correct. Did anyone do something like this? No, na?
No,
sir.
sir.
Very good. Okay, fine. Fine. No, matlab it is. I will not be surprised if somebody did because I have seen it happen so many times, and I'm still young, but I guess I will get heart attacks soon if I see more of that. Fine. 35 into 75. Can Shri tell me how much is 35 into 75?
2625.
2625, right? Plus 37 into 25. 925 or something. 900 something.
925.
925, right? Divided by 550 by 100. So, Muhammad, where did you went wrong? Muhammad and also Manal. This term or this term? Yes, Manal?
Sir, the 925. I thought it was
925 one?
again.
Okay. So one thing also I would suggest is that please do all your calculations like this: 35 into 75. What do I mean like this? In the sense that the size of font that you're using in your fair copy for the fair work, the size should be same, if not larger. You can use larger font in your rough side, but please don't write like this 35, 75, and do. Some students do like this calculation. They write it very small. Now, when you write it very small, it is very difficult to trace back your mistakes, and you can only learn from your mistake if you can trace it back, right, where you went wrong. So this will be 3.35 AMU. Now, Manal, you asked a question about decimals, atomic masses with decimals, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you understand where it comes from?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, please have some patience with me, okay? But things will come slowly, but it will come.
Sure,
Okay?
sir.
Yeah, thank you. Now, I hope everyone has copied this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you haven't copied, please copy this. Raise your hand when you are done. You will get an assignment in which you will have some more questions regarding average atomic mass. And also one more thing about this formula that we have. In this formula is only applicable, this particular formula is only applicable for elements with only 2 isotopes, right?
Yes, sir. I was about to ask that.
Yes, now can you you can extend it for 3 isotopes or 4 isotopes, right? Yes, guys?
Yes, sir.
So what can you do here if you want to have for 3 isotopes or 4 isotopes? Let me just write it here. Don't copy this, okay? So you have average atomic mass. It will be equal to the atomic weight of first isotope into Ra of first plus atomic weight of second into Ra of second plus atomic weight of third isotope into Ra of third isotope, and so on. It can be n isotopes and divided by Ra1 plus Ra2 plus Ra3 and so on. So you can extend that formula to n number of isotopes. Okay. I guess everyone has noted this down. Yeah, I guess so. Now let us come to next concept, that is of, this is mole concept. Okay. Now you must have heard this mole concept in 9th standard, and I hope nobody remembers much about it. Okay. But please remember that it is just like a dozen. Okay. It is just like a dozen. Now please don't write anything. Tell me, how much is 1 dozen?
12.
12.
12. Very good. Everyone understand? Okay, if I say what is 1 century?
100.
100. Okay. Now it depends, right? If you have to tell something like about years, then you use the word that is century, right? In 18th century, in 19th century, but you can also describe those years in terms of dozens, right? We can define it, but we don't.
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes, we can, but we don't. So for a particular field, we should have some numbers which is used for. I mean, this year part is very crucial because for years we always define in terms of century, 19th century, 13th century, the Victorian era it is in the 16th century. So we define it like that. Now for chemistry, we need why we need a very large number? So just imagine this: if you take salt now, NaCl salt, and you take a pinch of salt, okay, a pinch of salt has more atoms than there are stars in the whole universe. Okay. Now, can you imagine how large numbers should the chemists take if they have to talk for numbers? They have to take a very large unit of number, right? As for centuries, just 100. But if you take a pinch of NaCl and it has more atoms than there are stars in the whole universe. Now, when I'm talking about universe, it has multiple galaxies. Now, this multiple galaxies each galaxies have many systems, right? Like solar system, there are many systems like that, and now each systems have many different stars around it. Now the number of stars is even less than the number of atoms in the pinch of salt. That is why the chemists have to take a very large number when they have to count something. So they took this number as mole. They said that this is mole, and this was equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Now, how many think this is a decimal? Is this a decimal or a whole number?
Whole number.
Okay, am I saying whole number? What about others?
I think it's a decimal.
Okay, Maimuna thinks it is a decimal. Okay,
Sir,
what
it's
about
a
others?
whole number.
Okay, Shri is also saying whole numbers. Okay. Manal?
Whole number.
Whole number. Okay. Okay, Muhammad is saying it is a decimal. Okay. So those who are saying decimal, let me ask you one more thing. 1.24 into 10 to the power 4. Tell me, is this a whole number or a decimal? The complete thing. Okay. Yes. Okay. Maimuna? Whole maybe. Okay. Yeah, it is a whole number. It is a whole number. In fact, it is a natural number. It is countable because if you multiply these things, it will be 1, 2, 4. And how many more zeros? 2 more zeros, right? Now 1, 2, 4, 0, 0. It is obviously not a decimal. It is a whole number, right? It is a whole number. Now here also, if you look at this mole, it is again a whole number. Okay, it is again a whole number. Why? Because if you multiply these things, 6.022, then it will be 6022, and then 20 more zeros will come, right? So this would make it a whole number. Okay, so those who were saying it is a decimal, are you now clear that a mole is a whole number,
Yes,
as is
sir.
dozen, as is
Yes.
century? Yeah? Okay. Now 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 power 23. Now, please, it is just a number. It is just a number. I emphasize that it is nothing else. Please treat it as you would treat a dozen. For example, if I ask you something about what is 2 dozen, you will say it is equal to 2 into 12. Now, if I ask how much is 2 mole, you will say it is 2 into 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, right? Now, please write another point here. Mole is the SI unit of amount of substance. It is the SI unit of amount of substance. Okay. Now 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 entities. Now why I am writing entities? Because it should be something. 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. Most of the books they write particles, but particles would make you think it is either elements or protons or neutrons or something. But if I say even 1 mole of bananas, it will also make sense. Okay, 1 mole of bananas would also make sense, even though you can never have 1 mole of bananas, but still it will make sense in the imaginary case. Okay. Now, Mahima, please tell me, if I say 1 mole of atoms, this would mean how many atoms, Mahima?
6.022 into 10 raised to the power 23 atoms.
6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. Okay. Now, if I say 1 mole of molecules, Manas, it will be how many molecules?
6.022 into 10 raised to the power 23.
23 molecules. Now, why I am repeating this again and again? 1 mole of, let us say, ions. Then this will be how many ions? Maimuna?
6.022 into 10 to the power of 23.
Yeah, very good. 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 ions. If I say 1 mole of electrons, this would be how many electrons, Shri?
6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 electrons.
10 to the power 23 electrons. Now, at last, 1 mole of, if I say bananas, it would be how many bananas, Muhammad? No, turn your mic on. I know you will say the right answer even if I don't hear it. Muhammad Abdul Wahid.
Single banana. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, very good. 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 bananas. I hope you said this thing, but I wasn't able to hear you. I don't know why this is happening. Okay. Now please complete this slide. Let me know if you're done. Okay, Maimuna is done. Shri is done. Waiting for Muhammad, Mahima, and Manal. Muhammad, can you please tell in chat where are you from? You're just waiting for Mahima now. Okay, yeah, everyone is done. So you just lower your hands. Yeah, it is done. Just write a very small questions. Okay, please write this. Okay. Wait a second. Sorry. Just write one more line. The number 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 is also known as Avogadro's number and denoted as Na. Okay, so I hope you have written this thing down. The last point.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Please, small questions. How many atoms will be there in, let us say, 3 moles? Okay. So you just treat this like a question of dozen. What you would say if you had how many atoms will be there in 3 dozens of atoms? So you would have 3 into 1 dozen has 12. So you will multiply this 12, but you have mole here, so you will multiply by the number which is, number which mole represents. Okay. So I will wait for a while, then I will write the answer. Yeah, correct. Yes, Mahima, correct. Okay. I guess most of you would have got the right answer. That number of atoms is equal to 3 into 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, right? 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So this will be equal to 18.066 into 10 to the power 23. Now you can also write one thing here, number of atoms, number of entities is equal to number of moles into 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. And please highlight this thing. Okay. Okay. All of you got the link for this class from Nishkar sir, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So also for the next class, this is for today. Also for the next class, you will get again the link from Nishkar sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Before that, you may get an assignment. Okay, on whatever we have learned till now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So
sir.
please copy this. Write this last line that I have highlighted, and then you can leave.
Completed, sir. Thank you.
Completed. Okay, fine. Thank you very much, Sri.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, all of you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Muhammad.